Good day and welcome to today's Living Word. I'm Dwayne Matz. We're continuing in the book of Isaiah today, chapter 11, looking at verse 3, which reads as follows: His delight is in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge by the sight of his eyes, nor decide by the hearing of his ears. That's Isaiah 11:3. And of course, Isaiah is talking here about Jesus, and we're going to talk a little bit about hypocrites. Okay, you know what a hypocrite is. They look so good on the outside, they sound so good in their speech, but their heart is not right with God. God does not look at the outer trappings, he looks at the heart. Samuel learned that as he sought a successor to Saul as king of Israel. 1 Samuel 16:7 says, "But the Lord said to Samuel concerning Saul, do not look at his appearance or at the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see as man sees, for man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Well, it turns out that David was the man whom the Lord had chosen. We read about that in 1 Samuel 16:11. And Samuel said to Jesse, "Are all the young men here?" He was looking at all of Jesse's boys, and he said, "No, there remains yet the youngest, and there he, David, is keeping the sheep." And Samuel said to Jesse, "Send and bring him." In his book, Traveling Light, Max Lucado comments on this passage. He writes, Jesse's term for the youngest was not complimentary. He literally said, "Well, I still have the runt." Yeah, our tendency is to look at the outside, isn't it? But thankfully, God looks at the heart. And the question begs to be asked, what then does God look for in the heart? And the answer is found in Acts chapter 13, verse 22b. "I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after my own heart, who will do all my will," who will do all my will, willing to do the will of the Father. Gets God's attention. 2 Chronicles 16:9 says, "For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong on behalf of those whose heart is loyal to him." He looked at all of Jesse's strapping young men and turned each one away and selected the runt of the litter, David. You know, Jesus saw the heart of the woman caught in adultery. He saw the heart of the Samaritan woman at the well, and he saw the heart of that runt Zacchaeus, and he sees your heart as well. And my question for us today is this: what does he see in our hearts? Someone who balks at doing God's will, or one who ever seeks to do his will gladly? It's not whether we talk the part or whether we look the part. It's all about the heartfelt attitude toward God that matters. I'm Dwayne Matz, and that's today's Living Word.